So I read an article today that said the majority of home buyers these days are single women.
Let's give it up to the single women that are winning this period because studies have shown that beautiful single women are the ones buying houses. Period. So let me go ahead and roll this clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back.
So I read an article today that said the majority of home buyers these days are single women. First things first, women, kudos on that. Very, very proud of you guys. Men, we have to catch up. I have thoughts on why that is, but I would love to know your thoughts too. Personally, as a realtor licensed in Maryland and DC, majority of my clients are actually single women too, so I see that firsthand. What I've seen generally is women tend to be more on it. They tend to be, better established mentally, financially sometimes, to be in the mind state of building wealth through real estate. Men, I have some single men that are clients of mine, but for the most part, it seems to be the women that are on it. Is this what you see? Is this what you think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's talk about it. I think it's the truth.
Hey, beautiful people, gorgeous people. How are you all doing today? It's your girl, Maria Davis, and I'm back again with another interesting video. Single women are winning, and that's on period. They're buying houses. Single women, the ones that people are saying they cannot do anything without a man, they are the one leading in buying houses. Per. Anyways, I have interesting statistics to share with you all from single women that own one or two houses. Beat that. Let's go ahead and watch the stitches together, and I'll be back at the end of all the stitches. But then let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you think truly the single women that are winning? Let me know your thoughts. What's your take? Feel free to put down your opinion down in the comment section respectfully.
Majority of my clients are actually single women too, so I see that firsthand.
So that gentleman said he just read an article that says the majority of new homeowners are single women, and he was posing the question as to why we think that is. In his personal experience as a realtor, most of his clients are single women, and he said that he finds that most of the time they are better prepared mentally and financially to take that step of home ownership in order to build wealth. Well, I have opinions that are a little bit different on why I think this is. I think what is happening is you are now starting to see single women prioritize themselves. Stay with me, let me land. As a single woman, I can tell you from my own personal perspective, I never considered up until now purchasing a home without being married. My entire life, I just knew that I was going to be married by a certain age. And I put off the home buying process because I was waiting for that to happen. I always felt like buying a home was something that I was going to do with my husband, not by myself. Well, now that I am a little bit more mature, I am decentering men, meaning they aren't a priority. I am more of a priority to myself in my life. I have shifted my thinking to, what if I never get married? Does that mean I'm never going to own a home? Am I going to rent forever? I had to really start thinking about that and what that looked like for my life going forward if I never met the man of my dreams. And so I think a lot of women, single women, are starting to do that. Maybe they had all of these hopes and dreams of what their home buying process would look like with their partner. But because that isn't happening, they have managed to get it out of the mud. They have managed to achieve financial success on their own. And now they're like, you know what? I'm not waiting on a man. I have the money. I have the means. Let's get it cracking.
The majority of home buyers these days are single.
I just wanted to piggyback off of what this creator had to say because I was literally just thinking about this the other day. So the majority of my leads come from social media, whether that be TikTok or Instagram. And I would say it's half and half for me. I work with half couples and half singles. I absolutely work with men. I have buyers that are men that I'm currently working with, have previously worked with. But I do notice it is more women who end up reaching out to me. Now, on the other side of the coin, when it comes to the couples that I work with, and I'm only referring to the heterosexual couples in this scenario, when it comes to the heterosexual couples that I end up working with, whether they're in a long-term relationship and they're boyfriend and girlfriend, or their husband and wife, I notice that it is always the woman who is spearheading the process, whether it's the girlfriend or the wife. Once the ball is rolling, their male counterpart, husband or boyfriend, will be equally involved, equally invested when we're putting offers in, when we're negotiating. It's definitely a joint effort, at least in my experience. But what I always notice is it's the girlfriend or the wife who is the person to get that ball rolling and reach out to the realtor, ask for mortgage broker recommendations, attorney recommendations, those initial stages to get this process up and running, I notice is always spearheaded by the woman in the relationship. I notice this across the board, regardless of the woman's role in the relationship. So whether it's the stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, or stay-at-home girlfriend, whatever it may be, or if the woman is an equal financial contributor and in corporate America, regardless of the woman's role in the relationship, it always tends to be the woman who is taking those first initial steps. Now, I think it could be a few things. I think that my content speaks to women a little bit more. I know that 74% of my following and my viewership on TikTok and on Instagram tends to be women. I think that just the way I make content appeals to women maybe a little bit more than men. I also think it could be the division of tasks in a relationship, finding a home, nesting, decorating, taking those next steps towards ownership. That could just be a task that tends to be delegated to the woman in the relationship. But I want to know what you guys think. If you've purchased a home and you're in a couple, was it a joint effort, or was it the wife or the girlfriend that kind of got the ball rolling, or the husband? And if you're a realtor, let me know what you notice, because I think that this is very interesting, and I would just be curious to know other people's experience.
That said the majority of home buyers these days are single.
Not only that, let me tell you something, they're also better at investing. There was a fidelity study shown, and they found that only 8% of women during volatility in the stock market pulled out, whereas their counterpart men would pull out 14%. So ladies are doing it big in terms of the investing world as well. So I could not be more surprised could not be less surprised in knowing that the real estate game is big with the ladies. I have clients who literally just got approved last week, and another one in December for a home. I'm not a realtor, y'all. I'm a financial advisor. That's my day business. So they are doing it big, and a lot of my clients who are single ladies, they have one of the highest earnings in terms of all of my clients. And even in the counterparts where they have partners, they are still earning, a lot of times out earning their male counterparts or partners in general, because we have all kinds of partners in my clientship. So yeah, y'all, it's very interesting. It's an interesting time. It's super exciting to learn and be inspired by a lot of ladies. Ladies are doing amazing. I just want everybody to not do it at the cost of their health, and go get it all. Go big or go home. Make sure your health comes first.
Majority of home buyers these days are single women.
I'm not surprised, because I bought my first house as a single woman. I'm in my second house now, and I'm not single anymore. But the first house I bought in Round Rock, Texas, I was 27 years old. It was February 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And I was living in a 623 square foot apartment in Austin, Texas. And something told me, my intuition, I listened to her. Something told me we're not going to make it in this box, because I had lived there for 5 years and everything was fine. I didn't have any problems with the apartment. And one day I just woke up and I said, I need to own a home. I have to prioritize space. I need to prioritize peace. And just something told me, I need to buy a house. I knew people my age who had already bought homes, single women. I knew 2 twin ladies, separate homes down the sidewalk, bought on the same street, separate homes, twin sisters. So I was like, let me hop on this bandwagon. I got a USDA loan. I got all my ducks in a row, sent out all my paperwork. I had a house by March 2020. I lived in that house from March 2020 to March 2022. I sold the house while Austin was Austin. Austin was having its big boom of its being a seller's market. Sold my house. and then, moved to Houston, rented, life's changed a little bit. We bought another house, and honestly, truly, I really think that women buying their own homes and living as single women first is just ideal if you're single. If you're single. I'm not single anymore. So I completely understand, like, if you want to wait until you have a 2-income household, it makes perfect sense. At the time, the only reason I made it possible is that I had a loan where I didn't have to put any money down. So I was basically paying Austin rent prices, for a home in Round Rock, Texas. So, ladies, buy the home. If you're young, you can afford it, buy the home. It's the same as rent. It's a lot of upkeep, a lot of maintenance. It's not way easier, but it prioritizes your peace and your space.
The majority of home buyers these days are single women.
This is actually a very interesting topic. Now, he was saying that he saw some articles that said that the majority of home buyers these days are single women compared to single men. And that's actually true. And it's even crazier when you think about how historically women haven't earned as much as men in the workforce. Now, there could be a lot of reasons for this, but from what I've seen as a realtor personally, I have more women reaching out to me. I have a lot more women getting pre-approved, women, taking women out to buy homes. And it could be that I'm a woman myself and they feel more comfortable with me. But talking to other realtors, they've been seeing a lot more women going for it as well. Could be that women want to prepare themselves earlier in life and get a head start on investments. And it's not because it's easier as a woman at all. Like, that is definitely not the case. But I would love to hear your thoughts because I'm genuinely curious on what you guys think.
Majority of home buyers these days are single women.
Okay, I don't have any official citations for my point of view, but I think it can be proven. And I myself purchased my first home by myself. I think the reason is women and men aren't getting married as frequently as they used to, and women are the nesters. So I think men get houses for women because of women, because of their wives. Even when men and women search for the homes, it's like the woman has to be the one to like the home for them to consider purchasing it. I think men just don't really care about houses like women do. Sure. Because on a whole, men still out-earn women. I think that can be proven. I think that's true. Look it up. Okay, it's true. So men still out-earn women, but women are the ones who cares about houses. Men just don't care. I mean, they have the money, they just don't want to spend it on a house.
Houses.
So I read an article today that said the majority of home buyers.
I purchased my house 20 years ago as a single black woman. And there were a myriad of reasons that I did it. I have been in the financial and real estate business for the past 30 years. And now 10 years in the business, I realized that was the deal. That was the good thing to do. Paying rent every month, paying off somebody else's mortgage. No, I wanted to invest into a piece of property that I could sell later on when I was done with it. And I was also a single mother. I was divorced, raising a child. And it was really important for me to have a place that he could call home. Okay, so I've been here for 20 years. My son is in his 30s now, and this is still home for him. And, even as he goes out in the world, I wanted that for him until he was ready to build his own home. And then the next part was that I grew up in a house, all right? So apartments were okay, but I love living in houses. I love that there is nobody right next door to me. I live in a single family house, and I picked up a house 20 years ago that was really inexpensive, and now I could easily sell for almost 3 times as much as I paid for it. So even with the interest payments and the maintenance, I'll still come out really, really well when I sell it, if I sell it. And if in the end I don't sell it and I pass it on to my son, he will then have a home that is free for him to live in. And I think that's really important, that, be able to pass that on to him. And I realized as I was living, I had lived in an apartment for 5 years after my divorce, and I was like, okay, rent goes up every month. I personally have a fixed rate mortgage. My house payment has been less than $600 for 20 years. And I recommend, if you can lock in on a price for a house, that you buy a house, because rent goes up every month. I mean, I'm listening to my friends, I'm listening to relatives tell me how much their rent is going up all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so glad I am not a part of anything like that. My mortgage, my taxes and insurance are tagged in, and I just paid dirt cheap for my insurance. Had it taken off out of my escrow, and like I already paid for a year, so I sent it over and had them take that out. It's only like $100, $89 or something like that. But baby, you can save money in many, many ways. And then the last part was the familiar part. I am a solid stay in one place person. My son's friends, my family, everybody knows where you can find me, because I'm still in the same spot. I haven't moved. I'm getting older. I'm in my 60s now, and in the next few years, I am either going to rent it out or I'm going to sell it. But either way, I will make a nice chunk of money, probably close to $100,000, which I don't think is bad, based on the size of my house. My house is very small. If I'd gotten a little bit bigger, I'd probably get more money, but that's neither here nor there. It was a financial decision. It was an emotional decision. It was a familial, a social decision. It covered so many bases. That's why I decided to become a homeowner. And I've never regretted it. Never regretted it. And when I retire, I plan on doing some traveling, and so I'll either sell it or I'll rent it out so that I can get the income from it. And for me, it's been a good deal all the way around, and I recommend it for single women. I think that part of the issue is that women love to have stability, and a home is the very definition of stability. I am here, I am here, I am here. So long as I can, work and maintain myself, even if I were to lose my job tomorrow, I could rent out one of the bedrooms and make almost my entire mortgage payment. That's how houses work. So that's why I did it.
So I read an article today that said the majority of home buyers.
Although I do agree with most of the things that he said, I do have a little bit of kickback. Women are, nowadays typically more on it. I guess more financially stable, more financially ready. But I would say the opposite end of it is that men don't really typically buy homes for themselves unless they have a family. So that's more, I would say, my opinion of why men don't really buy houses that much. Men typically would like to rent. It would just, I guess, be more flexibility, and women, in my opinion, seem to buy houses also for status reasons, and maybe they have single mother with kids, but if it's not for their kids, sometimes it's for status, to be a homeowner, and so, but there are some men that that buy houses for themselves, but I guess to actually live in outside of real estate investing or something like that. But you even have athletes or rappers that will go rent a house or a penthouse or a condo to actually buy one. It's not until they get a family that they even buy houses. So that's not really, I guess, what a man typically does, is just go buy a house just to say he's a homeowner. It usually comes for a reason that a man would buy a house. So yeah, just my opinion though.
Majority of home buyers these days are single women.
That's the same thing I'm seeing. All my clients are either a whole family unit or single women. This last closing that I had, my client was staring at the paperwork because it said her name, comma, unmarried. And she had this face. And I come over and I'm like, what's with the face? Like, this is closing day. This is happy day. So she showed me and she's like, did they have to write it this way and spell it out in bold letters? And I was like, yes, woman. This is not an insult. This is a badge of honor.
The majority of home buyers these days are single.
City girls are up 1,000 points on this one. We did a big one, and he is 100% right. Single woman here. Hey, y'all. Hey, I am a mortgage loan officer, and I have purchased not only one but two homes in my lifetime. both times as a single woman. I have one child. I have never been married. And I did not have a co-applicant that was a boyfriend or anything like that on either one of my mortgage loan applications. What I am noticing though is that there are so many women that are applying for these home loans for their $350,000 house or their $400,000 house. They are so prepared for home ownership. I don't know if men feel intimidated. I don't know what it is. But not only are they getting to it, they're getting to the bag by having not just one, but two full-time jobs. Now, another conversation for another day, or we could talk about it right now. Why are women having to work two full-time jobs? Like, where are the men in the equation? Like, why y'all not helping us buy houses? What's going on? I would love to know the answer to that. And then the other part of that is that I've always wondered, when I see women that are buying houses by themselves with two jobs, is that a turnoff to you? Like, if you met a woman and she had two full-time jobs and she purchased her own home, would you view that as, oh my God, she has a plan, she's building wealth, she has a financial strategy, this is something that I'm impressed by? Or is it, well, hey, shit, ain't nothing for me to do here, I'll be on my way? I just want to know. I'm just curious, so y'all tell me what y'all think. But City Girls up 1,000 points. One time, you go, girl.
If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly put your thoughts, your comment down in the comment section. I feel like this should give any single woman that is thinking, should I buy a home, or should I buy it when I'm married, or should I wait for a man? This video should give you that heads up, like you can own your own house even as you're single. Just do it. So far you have your money, you can pay the mortgage, just do it. Because single women are doing it. They're buying even more than one houses, and it pays at the end of the day. But my own is, where are the single men? Why are they not buying houses? What happened? And to think that when it comes to owning houses, even when married women, if they buy houses, is because probably they've decentered themselves and they just want to be like, you know what, because I'm married doesn't mean I cannot still own my own house. Because I'm married doesn't mean I can also do my own thing. And that is why I feel like most of those married women they don't want to do like a joint thing with the man, especially a man that doesn't know how to spend well, or he doesn't even have a future, he's not even planning his future at all, he's just living a day as it is. So that is that. But then people do look at single women as if they are missing a lot in life because they don't have a man. They give them this pity face, like, oh, you're single, oh yeah, but you're the one winning. Like, they are winning even more than the ones that are married in their husband's house, because they don't have, most of them, or some of them don't have a child or children to look after, so their money is well taken care of, you know. And some of them are even child free by choice, so they don't even want to have a child. They are single by choice as well. They don't want to even get married, so their money is well invested. Like, they don't spend, if they want to even spend anyhow, they're spending on themselves. And they don't have like, okay, I'm making money just because I want to take care of this child, or I'm making money to support this man so that we can be okay, you know. They are alone and they are doing well, but people give them this kind of eye that they are nothing without a man. So to me, there's a video I did, I think last week or early this week, because today is Friday, and talking about most successful women are the ones that are not married. This is an example. This is an example of most successful women are the ones that are not married. Because I actually agree with that statement, and most of you will agree in the comment section as well, that truly most people that are successful are the ones that are not married. I'm not saying women that are married are not successful. They are, but cannot be compared to single women, because single women don't have to think about any child. They don't have to, you know, be feeding another man's son in their house. and the only thing the man can do is pay the lights bill. They don't have to do that. They are content, like they can take care of themselves by themselves, and they are investing wisely. Most of them are not even having heartache or even bothered about anything about a man, because most of them are dissenter men. So they are not even thinking about men. They are only thinking about themselves. They are being selfish about themselves. So they put themselves first. So that is why they'll be successful. And that is why they are the one owning houses now. And I'm so even happy. When I saw the video, I was so happy. Like, oh yeah, single women are winning. And it's a good thing, because it gives people that probably you still want to get married and you're thinking, okay, should I hold on to my money? Should I buy this house or not? If you can ever buy the house as a whole, like, yeah, in my country, you can own a house on your own, even without mortgage and all of that. If you can afford it and buy once, do it. You don't have to wait till you're married, because when you're married, you might not be able to do it, because when you're trying to see the future with your husband, you might not be seeing what you're seeing. He might be telling you, don't worry, we'll buy it soon, but you have the money. Why can't you have your own house by yourself? I feel like it's a good thing and it's a good investment, and you never can tell what will happen in the future. And yeah, so what is your take? Let me know your thought in the comment section. And yeah, do you think single women are the ones really winning in this house buying things? Are you a realtor, and how many people, how are the, how is your customers? Are your customers more like single women or single men, or mostly married or families? And most of the time when it comes to even family self, the people or the person that actually forced these houses are the women in the house that tells the man, like, we need to get our house. She's the one like nagging and shouting and pestering. That is when probably men cannot just say, I'm not saying men don't buy houses. I'm not saying they don't want to have their own house, but they just feel like, I feel like they spend more money on cars or something else. But some of them buy houses, but not every of them. Like, it's not a thing to me though. And the things I've seen, you at least see when a guy say, oh, I'm opening a house, it's because he has a family. It's because he has gotten married and he has kids. That is when you see him building a house, buying houses. But if he's a single guy, he feels like, I'm not yet married, I don't need a home. Who is going to take care of the house? Blah, 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 blah. It's rare. But a woman that is single can own a house, can build her own house, because she wants to have her own space. She wants to have her own privacy. She wants to have her own peace of mind, if that makes sense. But then, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. And thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified when I upload interesting video like this one. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.